Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, in this video, we are going to see about the types of ellipse in CREO. In CREO, there are two types of ellipse. One is axis ends ellipse, and another one is center and axis ellipse. First, what is ellipse? Ellipse. Let us define the ellipse in simple method. For example, let us take the circle object. Example bangle. Let us take the bangle and place in the plane surface, and then tilt the bangle about to 30 degree. We will get some projected front view on the of the bangle on the surface. It is called ellipse. Uh, this is shown as a conical shape. Uh, the bangle shape at the 30 degree is with a major and minor axis. The conical shape was measured in this two axis in distance. One is a long axis and another one is a short axis. Long axis having the maximum distance and the short axis having the minimum distance. In this way, ellipses were created with two axes, that is long and short axis. Friends, some live examples I can show you for the ellipses. Our eye glasses made like this ellipse shape, and some of the ellipse shape glasses are shown here. These glasses are also ellipse shape. The major axis is maximum distance and with the minor axis in short distance. I'll show you another example. The logo of Toyota Ford is made with the ellipse. This is the ellipse shape, the major axis and the minor axis. Maximum distance and short distance. This logo is made up of ellipse. And another one example is our Earth and other planets are rotating around the sun in the ellipse shape. It's traveling in the ellipse shape. These are all the examples for the ellipse. Now let us go to our CREO types of ellipse. First, let us see the axis end ellipse. Axis end ellipse. As we see, we can create the ellipse with a major and minor axis of the endpoints. The axis end ellipse defined here itself, the axis end ellipse is defined. Create an ellipse by defining the endpoints of the one of its major axis. Click on the axis end ellipse and I'm going to pick a first point in a major axis of this here, and the second point in the same major axis, that is called the endpoints of the circle ellipse. Then in the minor axis I am going to pick in the minor surface. Here let us define the major axis is around 1000 mm and the minor axis around 500. Now the ellipse was created with a 1000 of major axis and 500 of minimum axis. The ellipse center point we can define and align with the center, or if you want you can create the ellipse with some distance. In this way, axis ends ellipse was created with a major axis of 2 points and with the third point with the minor axis. The second method in this type of ellipse, it's defined as a center and axis ellipse. Here that is defined, create an ellipse by defining its a center and the end point of the major axis. The difference between these two is in axis end ellipse, we pick the two major end of the maximum axis. In a center and axis ellipse, we pick the center and the major of any one point. Shall I? I'm going to pick the center and select the center and the axis ellipse. I am selecting the center of the ellipse as a first point, and any one end I am going to select the major axis, and let us pick the minimum axis, the third point. Here, first point we selected as a center, and second point in major axis, any one major axis end. The equal distance was created in both the sides. That is called center and axis ellipse. In this way, we are creating the ellipse in a CREO. Axis into ellipse and center and axis ellipse. In industrial application, in many method we can create an ellipse. In some cases we will create with some tangent ellipse. Select the axis centered ellipse. By giving the tangent inside the rectangle, some tangent ellipse we are going to create. Based on the application, the ellipse construction may get vary in based on the industries and the projects. In axis centered ellipse, we can constrain the x-axis. X-axis is the maximum and y-axis the minimum, and we can do the ellipse vice versa, reverse. X-axis is the minimum and y-axis the maximum. In both the way we can construct the ellipse. The second point can be any tangent also, we can construct the ellipse like this. In centered ellipse, we are just starting from the center line, right? The second point would be the end of the any one axis. That also we can constrain in both the way. That is, x-axis is the maximum and y-axis the minimum. We constructed first. Then now through the center ellipse, we can constrain y-axis is the maximum and x-axis is the minimum. This both the type of ellipse we do at the slanting. Any angle, in any angle we can construct the ellipse like this. This is axis centered ellipse, started at the first point and ended at the second point of the main major axis. In centered ellipse, I will show you the to create an angled ellipse, in a slanted angled ellipse. Started from the center, with the equal distance, the construction line is getting created. I'm creating the slanting centered ellipse like this. So the both type of ellipse, we can construct the ellipse in either x-axis is the major distance and y-axis the minimum, and another ellipse we can construct y-axis the major distance and x-axis the minimum, and through the slanting ellipse also we can construct at angle, and also we can create a ellipse tangent to some other object, this one like this. This is the way we are creating the ellipse through the CREO. Okay friends, if you like this video, please share your comment, give a like and share your with your friends, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.